Oh, Johnny Football, the reigning Heisman winner, getting folks on a social media tizzy again. This time thanks to someone capturing video of him being booted from a University of Texas frat party. Yes, that is profanity. And then he shows up at another shindig wearing a Tebow Jets jersey. So many places I could go with this, but there's simply not enough time. But I do want to bring in our Texas insider, Ted Emmerich, here because, you know, Ted, part of me thinks for a guy who laments about, oh, how hard it is to be out in public, it's kind of odd he's showing up at a frat party for an in-state rival. But I get the impression you have a different take.
Bonnie, I see a kid who has been infatuated with everything Longhorn since he was a kid, growing up in Tyler, growing up later in Kerrville, just 2 hours west of Austin. Texas was always his dream school. He grew up idolizing Vince Young. He grew up wearing burnt orange everywhere he went. And Texas never officially offered him a scholarship. In fact, the Longhorns were interested in Manziel as a defensive back, not as a quarterback. So, of course, he didn't end up going there. He went to Texas A&M, and that has led him to this kind of stardom. But when you ask him, hey, what about this rivalry? He was asked about it a few months ago when he was at a concert in Austin and flashed the hook 'em horns on stage. And he said, this isn't a rivalry to me. We don't play anymore. We're not even in the same conference. To him, Texas is a place where a lot of his friends from high school go to school now, including running back Malcolm Brown of the Texas Longhorns. So while Johnny Football is Texas A&M, part of him will always feel a connection to the University of Texas.
Interesting. So you think this is a byproduct of Longhorn envy, shall we call it? Doug Chapman, you played at Marshall. You remember what it's like to be a big-time football player at age 20. Are we being too hard not on this kid?
I think they're being too hard. My roommate in college, a teammate of mine in Minnesota and at Marshall, was Randy Moss. He's from West Virginia. He always wore WVU stuff around, but he went to school at Marshall. When you grow up in certain states, you love the big team that's in that state. Johnny Football grew up in Texas. He grew up a Longhorns fan, but I really don't think he cares too much about what's going on in Austin except for the parties. He won the Heisman. He's in the SEC. He's the hottest name in college football. He's bigger right now by himself than Texas Longhorn football. I think he's just doing it, having fun. Have you been to College Station?
I have.
Nothing there.
Austin, they have good music there.
Austin, 6th Street, Party Central. I've been there before. Love the town. I know that's why he's there.
But it didn't even end with the video and the pictures. Manziel was actually trolling the trollers. There was a great one where somebody basically said, oh, you know, you got lucky last year. You're not going to do anything this year. And he tweeted a picture of the Heisman Trophy. And he said, you that mad, bro?
Yeah, nothing's wrong with that. It's the same as in a game when you're winning late in the game and there's a guy from another team who just keeps talking, running his mouth, telling you what you are or you aren't. You just point to the scoreboard and say, hey, man, we're winning. You don't got to keep talking back to him. I'm proud he didn't go back and forth with the guy and keep tweeting back and forth. Instead, he just said, hey, I'm the Heisman Trophy winner, man. Shut up. It's with a picture.
I'm with Doug. I have no issue. Until Twitter starts intercepting passes from Johnny Manziel, I won't have an issue. Until his decisions that we all take so much time talking about this offseason, until they affect on-field performance, I don't have an issue. He is a rock star. He's a character. He is the cult of personality in college football. Celebrate that. Every Heisman winner shouldn't be cut from the same cloth. All right. Will he have some questions to answer when it comes to NFL general managers? Maybe, you know, next year? Sure, absolutely. Is he a knucklehead at times? Sure. But until I get evidence that this affects on-field performance, the concerts, the celebrity pictures, the gambling, whatever else he's doing, until that affects him on the field, I don't have an issue.
If they contend for a national championship, if they win a national championship, none of the things we've been talking about this offseason are going to matter. Doug Chapman, Ted Emmerich, thanks to both of you for the time. For more things all college football, keep checking us out on CampusInsiders.com.